What's up, everyone? This is another episode of Big Mecha But Not Huge. Recording this a little bit late at night, so I'm trying to make sure that my neighbors aren't going to be pissed off at me. This is a second Transformers 1 special. We did this before we started recording Season 2, so this is technically Season 1.9, or however you want to describe it. It's got a few audio issues, as you'll notice. That seems to be a trend for this channel, but, we're still learning, obviously. But I think it's a little funnier leaving those issues in, so they're very noticeable when you hear them, aside from the slight echo that you hear throughout. And it's a very small echo, it shouldn't be that bad. But the very noticeable parts, they will point it out, and it'll be quite chaotic. So please enjoy this new special for Transformers 1, Part 2.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome to another special episode of
Big Mecha! But not huge. Today, we've got multiple guests on this particular episode. And I'll give you a little bit of a spoiler here. It's a repeat. So, today, we've got co-host Wilhelm. Say hello, Wilhelm.
Hello, Wilhelm.
We've got Video Noise. Say hello, Video Noise.
Hey, what's up?
We've got... How do you want me to introduce you, Ryan? You want to go by Ryan's or just Slawface or what?
Rumple Foreskin.
Rumple Foreskin. We will continue that.
Ain't no way, dog.
And then lastly, we have Hyperon. Say hello.
Oh, hello, me.
Guys, we are here to do Transformers 1 again! The last time it was just me and Wilhelm actually giving our full review after we had watched the premiere when it came out. But now, since then, I have 3 other friends who managed to actually watch it. So, let's start off with Video Noise. What did you think of the movie?
Overall, I liked it. It took a while for me to watch it, and when I finally did, I was pretty surprised how much I liked it. So yeah, that's my overall opinion of it, not detailed.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that. We'll dive more into that in just a little bit here. Hyperon, you next.
I'm gonna open the same way I came into the Discord with earlier, which is I saw a clip online of somebody essentially implying that Starscream had big sub energy, and he does when I got to that scene in the movie, and that's the reason why I bothered to even watch it any sooner than I would have. Because I'm like, there's no way they did that. That makes no sense. Why would they why would they put that in a movie? And then I saw the choking scene, and I'm like, oh, that's actually there. Oh, what the fuck?
So it was accurate.
Way, well, I wasn't expecting that. But overall, I enjoyed it. Good flow.
I'm glad to hear that as well. Rumple Foreskin.
I really enjoyed the movie.
You thought I was going to forget.
I was pretty apprehensive because I didn't think Chris Hemsworth would actually do a good Optimus. I guess he was Orion Pax, but same difference. But it was good. I enjoyed it. I still, think D16, later known as Megatron, was a DEI hire, but we'll get to that later.
Oh my god!
Kind of break that down and why I think that. And yeah, I really did enjoy it though. It exceeded my expectations because I thought it was going to be shitty. I wanted it to be shitty too, just because you were so excited. I'm not going to lie. So
I think everyone wanted that except me and Wilhelm. You pieces of garbage.
I mean, okay, so just so you know, Ryan, I don't know if you'll take joy in this, but it did not make as much money as it needed to, so it's probably going to be a one-off and never be touched again. And they'll say things like, it's too bad Transformers isn't popular anymore, and everyone who spends way too much money on pieces of plastic will look at them like they're insane and say, what the fuck are you talking about?
I find no joy in that because I actually want like a bunch of sequels to this, so I was very sad to hear that. But to be fair,
yeah, I was too.
They did themselves a disservice with that first trailer because it made me lose interest. It just looked like a funny comedy, but the movie has a lot of heart in it that the trailer did not portray. I have a hard time when they bring in people like Chris Hemsworth into roles like this because I feel like it's just the name, like Crisp Rat, being thrown into every voice acting role.
Can you enunciate that name one more time?
Crisp Rat. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like him.
Rat.
I mean, like, I don't. I'm not saying that the Hollywood stars that are coming in to do voice acting are like coming in and they're doing it for the money, but I have to imagine their pay is much like higher compared to your normal like VA.
Oh, for sure.
Depends on the actor and heavily depends on the role. Because traditionally, like Robin Williams has taken 0 on some roles because he wanted to do it. Famously, he took, I think, almost nothing on Aladdin, and then Disney pissed him off, and he almost didn't make anything for them for a while because he did it purely for the artistic. That's it. He just wanted to work with the animators. He wanted to work on a project with them. He wanted to do something for Disney. He didn't give a shit about the rest. But then Disney did the exact thing he literally said not to do and upset him. But it's because Disney treats it like a business. They do look at it exactly as, oh, we have Robin Williams, we have to push that into marketing. Yeah. Oh, we have Chris Hemsworth, Scarlett Johansson. You have the cast of Avengers being in a film that isn't Marvel. Okay, well, you have to put their name on there. But they've been doing that for over a decade now, where kids' movies are just filled with all these really famous people for no apparent reason. Because there's no reason. There really isn't. Like, you could hire perfectly good voice actors who cost a fraction of what an A-list or even a B-list actor would. They just do it because marketing.
Yeah. Like...
Yeah, epic voice guy.
Like, I have to imagine... What? Like, I have to imagine, like, I know Scarlett Johansson does like, indie films and, like, art house stuff, so, like, she's kind of exempt from this. But, like, Keegan-Michael Key, like, Chris Hemsworth, and who's the other one that I'm forgetting that's, like, a big namer?
Steve Buscemi?
Brian Tyree Henry.
Yeah. Oh, Steve Buscemi to a certain degree too, but even then he's kind of been chilled out recently too. But like, he's also done art stuff as well, so I guess he's not really included. Like, I have to imagine that, like, yeah, the margins for this to be successful to justify a part 2 was pretty like narrow if you're getting big name people in this.
Yeah.
John Hamm does not strike me as somebody who likes Transformers. To be honest with you, but he might. I mean,
okay, but
maybe.
He did a great villain.
He did though. He was really good.
Villain.
He's good. I like Brian Tyree Henry a lot because he was Paperboy in Atlanta, so I love everything he does no matter what.
I need to watch that show.
He was also in the 2 Godzilla movies, Godzilla Kong movies.
Wait, he was?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I get white noise on the humans because there's no point for them to be there and they have no reason to exist. He's in those movies?
Yeah, he's like the conspiracy theorist that's like...
We're not getting into that.
Yeah. Anyways, this is a Godzilla X Kong review now.
He's also in the Chucky reboot.
He is, you're right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wait, the TV show or the movie?
That.
No, the movie.
The movie, the one where Mark Hamill's Chucky.
Just now a Chucky review.
What the fuck?
No.
That's a good movie.
Oh, God. It just got really
we're
weird.
not doing that. I hate that movie.
I love that movie.
Although, technically, you know what? That Chucky is a robot, so we could watch it.
Wait, really?
Wow, really stretching that one.
Spoiler.
I mean, are we going to watch every live-action movie ever because humans are just biological mechanics? It's just biomechanics
No, it would
and
just be
robots.
that one and just shitting on it the entire time.
That's
When are you
going
gonna
to
do-
Mecha, but not tiny.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
When are you going to do your like magnum opus episodes where you do like Blade Runner Director's Cut and then the sequel?
Oh, dude, I was actually thinking about that earlier today, honestly.
You mean where we like compare and contrast director's cut to the original, and then we discuss like in interviews all the things that have been added, and then we also tie in like the anime. I think there's a comic.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
I've
sure
lost
there's a book.
interest. Sorry.
And then we also then go into the screenplay.
I'm already asleep.
That's too much to me. Oh God.
You
Well,
know
let's
what's
just.
funny? Like,
Yeah, no thank you.
Like, I've never been like super big on like. I know Sean knows I like watch related media from time to time, but I don't think movies can be truly like talked to death. But sometimes they can be. Blade Runner is one of them. I think everything that has been ever said about Blade Runner has been said. You know what I mean?
Well, I think Ryan could say a few things that definitely haven't been said about Blade Runner.
But I have to admit that I do find Blade Runner a little boring.
Listen, before we really get kicked off on this, I need to discuss this. 13 years ago, I took you to eat endless pasta at Olive Garden. And you ate one bowl. And I bought you dinner as a date, as a man date. And you ate one bowl. And you were supposed to eat 7 to 8 bowls with me. I just want to bring that up. I've been talking about it for the past 3 years.
You have?
Oh, every day I tell my wife.
She
asks why I'm struggling. I say this is why, and I explain the situation. So
See, you know what? You can talk Blade Runner to death. Actually, you have the ability to.
Like I said, there's definitely things he could say about Blade Runner have not been said.
You have a 4-hour podcast right inside of your heart somewhere. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
You can't do 4 hours.
No.
If you can't let go of endless pasta, no, it's there. It's there.
It's just endless blading or endless running. There you go.
Wasn't
Endless runner. It's an endless runner. There we
Yeah.
go. With a guy named Blade.
I don't have a follow-up.
Are there any
to that
robots in the
at
Blade
all.
movies? We could do one of those.
Fair
No, I
question.
don't think so.
I know there's a vampire in the last movie.
Technically, there's a robot somewhere in Deadpool and Wolverine, and that's, Blade's in that. So
I mean, do we
can-
count Wolverine as a
can
robot? Because
connect
he's got
it.
so much metal in him?
Huh.
That would be augmentation, wouldn't it?
I mean, technically, it's just a suit of armor on the inside. It's like wearing a weighted vest.
Wolverine is a
Take
mech.
it off.
Interesting.
Somebody said something really cursed. Remember, the phrase, I feel it in my bones?
Oh god.
The reason why that
Lord.
phrase is said is because our bodies communicate with each other telepathically.
Yeah,
Yes.
I
There you
remember
go.
that. That's so good.
And I hate it. I hate it.
Oh, I love that one so much.
Meat Gundams.
We are.
Anyways,
Our brains are piloting just giant meat suits. That's all we are.
God. So, Will, you mentioned the box office, and I'm actually looking it up right now. The budget was anywhere between 75 to 147 million,
pretty
and it
low.
only made
Well,
129.4.
How do you have a budget of
God damn it.
75 to 147 million? I feel like it should be tighter than that.
Because they don't talk about it. They'll not reveal all their numbers, and people will use conjecture. The studios won't
Yeah.
reveal if they think it's going to be really bad and it'll hurt them. They won't say shit. They'll say, like, the numbers that can be publicly verified. So, like, you can look up the paperwork if you really want to and see who they hired, how much they paid them, because that all has to be, like, public record. And then it cuts off at a certain point because it becomes internal spending on, like, marketing. If they have to do something more than once, that's internal expenditure. How many times did they redo that scene? Oh, we had to do this, we had to do that. All of that's internal. They don't have to talk about that because they're a private company. But the public shit, like how much they may be paid to rent a space or to get a certain thing or stuff like that, you can dig up. So they'll just reveal it. And then the rest they won't say anything about, and that's how you get those weird ranges that are just wild. Like, it was either 75 or 146. That's double. That's like $50 or $100, but you just doubled the number. How can it be one or but? That doesn't make sense.
Listen, I didn't need a real explanation. I just wanted you to have a chuckle at what I said. That was all. Just kidding.
Not what we're here for. We are not here for joy, sir.
Bro really said yeah, and
You did.
So, with that being said, when it comes to this particular movie, obviously we all happen to enjoy it. I've watched it multiple times at this point. I don't know about you, Will, but with this movie, I don't really have any faults. I know that there were some people complaining about D16's transition into Megatron. Like, they said that it was too fast, but for me personally, I thought it was, accurate enough, or not accurate, on track, and everything just seemed to go flow smoothly. I don't know about you.
I felt like there were signs that he was already kind of disgruntled at the very beginning of the movie. So I think it was kind of implied that he was already on that path, and this movie just further pushed it along. Is how I took it, at least.
Right.
I mean, I didn't feel like it was too fast. I thought the progression of both characters, Orion and D16, were done well. I don't really like Keegan-Michael Key, so like I used
You
to,
didn't like.
but after he played Toad, I don't know if I like him anymore. So there is
Toad
that.
in
This guy
Mario?
was Toad.
Yeah, he played Toad in
Yeah.
Mario.
That's what did it for you?
Yeah.
You're like, all right, he's done.
Yeah, he used to do real edgy stuff, like on the Key and
Real
Peele
edgy.
show.
Yes, like humor that winds up on primetime television. Real edgy.
Yeah,
Or a
well,
movie about a cat.
his whole like racist country singer thing he did was, I loved that. I thought that was fantastic. But then he played Toad, and maybe I'm biased because I've had to listen to that movie 7,000 times now because my kid wants to watch it all the time. But I do enjoy that movie. But his Toad really gets on my nerves.
We're
So
actually
we're
now
talking to-
moving
we're
on to the
talk- we're-
Mario movie podcast.
so we're talking to the core audience of essentially a parent that's being tortured in real time by their child.
But
Is there anything more Hasbro than that?
maybe there's something to be said about what movie it is, because I've watched Encanto and Frozen and Raya the Last Dragon like 600 times, but I don't mind those movies.
You know, actually, real talk. That's actually an actual point. I feel like because there's certain movies that are designed for like the one and done, and then for you to think about and then want to watch a year later is like, or 2 years later or 5 years later. Like I get that way about some Tarantino films, but like kids films, like they need to be designed with like the idea of, oh, you're gonna like, there's gonna be some people are gonna hear this once, and then 10 times in a month,
Yeah.
or
yeah.
a week. You know, because like the kids, and you're supposed to be making this for the kids, right? So I get you, right? After a while, like I feel the same way. Like I used to like, you know, I had nieces and I used to take care of them when I was still living in Florida, and I'd watch the same stuff repeatedly, and it didn't bother me. But like, yeah, if there's like a character you didn't want to hear, you'd want to like blow your brains out.
Pretty much, yeah. Oh yeah.
And video noise.
You know what's
have
funny?
any kind of-
Actually,
oh,
I wouldn't want to hear Bumblebee. Now that you're saying it, yeah, like Bumblebee was a little bit too much. It was a little. It went the joke went on too far. It was fine with him for the first time viewing, but like if I had to hear him ramble, I think left Cybertron more than twice in a month, I think I'd be like, yeah, shoot that guy like immediately. Like
Okay, so
shoot
two
him-
things to
shoot him
that.
immediately.
Two things to that. So basically, one, we got the AA-tron joke, which I thought was a perfect little, nod to his time on Key and Peele. But then you also
True.
get the other joke where it says that he's talking too much, especially when he's knocked out. I don't know. I thought that was
Sean,
pretty good.
you're just really defensive about Bumblebee. I've noticed this over the past decade or two. Anytime
Yes.
anybody brings up Bumblebee, you immediately jump to his defense, and I don't understand why. Do you see yourself as Bumblebee?
One of these
That's a spirit
days,
animal.
I will have knife hands.
I mean, you can make
I will
that
say-
dream construed now.
That's dark.
God.
I,
Yeah, I feel like that's the part of the movie that wanted to be like a kids movie. Like every time he was on screen, like it went from being like a funny family movie to like a little kids movie.
I'll give you that.
Like you couldn't decide what it wanted to be.
I will say the scene that made me immediately, be like, oh, I like this movie a lot, was the very beginning where Orion Pax is like sneaking in, and he's faking that he's transforming, and then he just runs away. I thought that was a perfect stupid ass gag. I loved that.
That was
That's
really good,
perfect.
actually.
It was kind of slapstick. It was not. It was really on the nose, but it was really funny because I expected him to transform because I didn't really know what I was getting into yet. I didn't know if they were going to change things or whatnot. But wasn't James Remar in the movie too?
I
feel
think
like-
he was. I think he was one of the primes. Let me take a look.
Yeah, I
There
feel like
are
I heard his
several of
voice in
them.
it.
James Remar was Zeta Prime. He was the one that you
Okay.
hear during the transmission.
Mortal Kombat
Who
Annihilation,
gets blown up. All right.
Raiden,
Yeah,
however you
he's
pronounce
Raiden in
it.
that, yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
But with this particular movie, was there anything that actually stood out to you guys in general? Like Ryan, I know that you mentioned that the beginning part was really good. What about you, Hyperon?
one particular part. Come back to me.
God
I wanna
damn
think
it!
about it. I don't want. I don't want to give a cope answer.
A cope answer. All right, fine.
Opium.
Video noise. What about you?
I like the terraforming, like when they went out on the
Oh,
surface. I thought that
yeah.
was cool. I thought that was a cool way to show like a natural but digital terrain.
Mm-hmm.
Like what would the digital wildlife look like?
It's interesting that you mentioned that. Few of you guys might actually know, but I've been recently playing the Horizon video game series. That wildlife in that game reminded me so much of this movie. Whenever you see them going out there and you see all the different deer and how they have the different antennae as they're trying to actually navigate their way across the fields, or whenever they detect the quintessons. It's, I don't know. Horizon's also very good too, but I'm not going to get into that until we do like a spoiler cast on that or something.
That game sucks.
Fuck you. Will, has anything changed for you?
Has anything changed?
Well, yeah, I mean,
well.
in terms of like, what was your standout moment?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, in the movie overall, they his eyes turning red is still pretty fucking awesome, and
Mhm.
I like So technically, Orion Pax is the main character. Realistically, the arc of the film is not him becoming a hero. The arc is this is Megatron's origin movie. And that's the story that has the most change. His character is the most broken and tortured by their experiences. And it's I mean, Transformers is based off of the Cold War. So it takes a lot of theming from that. And it's the two philosophies, the two ideologies. Do you band together and then try to make things better, or do you grab everyone willing to pick up a weapon and go stab to death the leader so that you can take over, conquer, and then quote unquote make things better afterwards? And they do point out holes in that philosophy, like the idea of, okay, well, once we overthrow them, what do we do then? That none of them know anything about, like, running everything, because none of them have ever been in charge. So it is interesting seeing that, in D16's story, which is essentially the core of the film that drives it forward, is probably the big thing for me. Although seeing the Transformers get absolutely trashed by the one Prime who still works was a lot of fun, because they pretty much make him a kindly old man in like every other iteration, and this one is essentially Slippy the War Vet.
Oh, where he basically just like summons ice magic and then transforms into a giant
creates
cat.
dust storms, turns into a panther, and starts biting people in half. Like,
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking hardcore. And it was also one of those moments where you're like, yeah, this is in the camp of Transformers that are totally fine being exceptionally violent but it's a robot, so it's fine.
This is an incredibly violent movie.
They literally burn D16 on the chest with a blowtorch, and they scar him essentially with the symbol for what becomes the Decepticons, but what originally is just the helmet of Megatronus.
Now, Hyperon, I'm going to get back to you in a second here. Rumple Foreskin. So
serious.
Why are you? That's his given name. Why are you laughing? That's incredibly inappropriate. Name. That is Christian name. You were there when he got married with that name.
That is true.
No?
So, Rumple Foreskin, considering that you watched it with your kid, like, how was the violence to you when it came to any of those really violent scenes?
Well, you see, the secret there is just being a terrible father, letting her watch things that they were robots.
Was that her first?
So, her first movie was actually Kill Bill Volume 1. So, no, I mean, I watched it before I let her watch it, and I was like, it's robot on robot violence. Like some of the stuff that she watches already, like she watches a lot of Spider-Man, and he beats the shit out of people. I mean, truly. And she didn't really seem... She actually tells me if she's scared of things. So, like, we tried to watch How to Train a Dragon, and the dragon's, like, screaming, and she's like, nah, I'm done.
They are big and
I'm
scary.
like, okay, fair. But no, it felt like a movie for kids that was, if your kid is not, like, a dipshit, is not going to go commit violence. So, she was fine after it. She's watched it several times since.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to get her to watch the original series now, but she doesn't have interest in that just yet.
I would be interested to see what she thinks of Star Wars if you haven't done that yet.
She won't watch the live action. She'll watch all the animated stuff, though.
Live action's a bit much if they're really young, because it's hard to follow, I assume. Before a certain age, you have to track, like, the story and the characters, so kind of boring when they're just standing around talking and dressed funny.
Yeah, the only live action movie she really likes, and it's because there's animation in it, is Sonic. Because she really only likes when he's on the screen. The second he leaves, she's like, "Where'd he go?" I'm like, I have no idea.
That is
I don't know where he went.
Of writing.
I hope he comes back soon, so you stop asking. So it's
he died, sweetie.
Yeah. Well, here's a side note. Every kids movie you watch, a mom or a dad is dead.
Yep.
I swear to God.
Yeah, 100%.
And every day I drive this kid to school. She's like, "Are you gonna die like Mufasa?" And I'm like,
Christ.
"Well, not like that." No. It's crazy. Like every movie, they're like, it's like a single parent. It's insane.
Or no.
That's why I like Transformers 1 really, because there were no parents. Yeah.
Or orphans. It's just orphans and kids missing a parent. Big Hero 6 is both parents and the older brother, so, just murder everything he cared about.
I love that movie. On a side note, but
It is good, yeah.
but no, I really like Transformers 1. There you go.
Good.
You can end your recording now.
No.
I'm just kidding.
Hyperon, now that we're back to you.
All right. The
Cope.
Cope answer was going to be there isn't one single part that stands out, only because I was kind of just captivated by the flow of the movie. The movie
It
didn't
does move
feel
really fast.
long until like a minute 10. It finally felt like, okay, I'm starting to realize this is a movie now, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of just vibing for, but in all honesty, no Cope answer. Starscream getting choked. There it is.
Really like that scene.
God.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid. It's the dumbest thing. Cause come on, seriously, people I get it, right? These are characters that everyone has grown up with, but in the context of the movie, what it is, this guy is effectively, he's essentially an FBI agent who saw a stranger. Stranger walked up to him, called him a bitch, and choked him, and he's like, "Yeah, do it more, dog."
So listen, I feel like you focused on somebody being a sub, and now you're talking about choking. What are your kinks?
Not really that. I like being able to I like seeing it when I'm not expecting to see it, but actual porn. Now I wouldn't actually go to go watch it.
Fair
It's like,
enough.
whoa,
Fair
that went
enough.
places. What the what?
Fair enough.
You want to know what it is? It's the shock of it. It's like, oh, I wasn't expecting to see that, and now I saw it. And now I'm fixated on the fact that I wasn't expecting that.
To be fair, you kind of were expecting something, though.
Alone because I told you I saw it in a clip, but I thought the content creator I watched was joking because I'm like, clearly they wouldn't have that in a movie, right? That'd be kind of weird to do. To just have one dude just choke another dude out of nowhere.
I mean, we've seen the
suddenly.
Bayverse movies. Those have a lot similar.
That's true. There is sudden piss stuff that was really annoying. I know we talked about it before, but I'm just like, God damn, what the fuck?
I noticed none of that, so I was there to watch robots fight, not piss on each other. I don't know.
Yeah, number 2.
That was the
Where
first
he's,
one.
stopped
That was the
leaking
very
them.
first one.
Was it the? Okay.
Yeah,
What?
he pisses
Oh,
on
it was
John
the first
Turturro.
one. That's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I do remember that now. Also, consider that one movie 4, 5, 6, whichever one it was, where they had that unnecessary Romeo and Juliet
Romeo
law
and Juliet
thing.
thing. Ugh.
Yeah, that was weird.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna get into
Yeah.
that when we review it, but that's the movie itself is fine except for that, and that stands out so
The
horribly.
movie itself isn't fine.
I think it is.
Nah.
I think my only I guess you say, it's a weird high point, low point, though, is because it was mentioned earlier. Is while I do think D16 is the strongest arc in the movie, because essentially Optimus Prime's arc is believe in yourself, and he needs 3 people to tell him that.
Believe it.
Basically.
D16 goes through some shit, right? First he's essentially a huge fanboy, right? He's he's like, I love that guy, I gotta get his merch, and then everything that happens to him afterwards, the betrayal and everything else. I will say one thing I don't like. I feel like the only reason why he even got red eyes and went full Megatron that quickly isn't, I think it's not justified, is because, well, the Transformers movie, and we're gonna make him Optimus at the end. We have to make the other guy Megatron, right? We have to do it because we're gonna do Optimus. We're gonna do the Optimus reveal. I would have been completely fine with him staying D16 and then let the stinger at the end be him being nah, fuck this, Megatron time. You know what I mean? It was very much he shot his friend he shouldn't have shot, and then he's nah, actually I'm gonna double down, fuck this guy who I've been down with, and then I have 30 minutes of just me losing my shit, and it's time to betray everything I lived for up until now.
I mean, if you want to go into specifics, his processor was overclocked. There you go. Yeah. There we go.
Well, talking about the end of the movie too, I mean, the way it ends, it technically doesn't need a sequel. I mean, the sequels would be the actual
The
series
G1
itself.
show, yeah.
So
Yes.
yeah, so I
Technically, this
mean,
is a
that's
prequel.
kind of cool at least. I'm glad it didn't end on a like wait till the next movie, and now there's not going to be, because all the preceding movies are either going to be like adventures before, or they're going to. I doubt they would have redone any of the original series, but I mean, maybe. Who knows?
What I was hoping for was that if they were to do a sequel, it would be along the vein of the War for Cybertron and, basically just the Cybertron games, where they take basically that plot where it's all war on Cybertron before they end up going to Earth. Mm-hmm. I would love to see that.
Because technically he ushers in an age of, like, a new golden age. He makes Energon appear. Their new enemy is the Quintessons, so you could have an entire film where they fight the Quintessons, and Megatron, they eventually wind up like going all Dirty Dozen and asking him to help, and he's like, you're gonna hate what I do, and they go, yeah, but we really need it. So Megatron goes and just does really dark, horrible things, and also winds up trying to like usurp them at the end, and after the Quintessons are dealt with and the planet is safe, the true war starts, and that's when they kill their planet. Because the whole point of the Transformers is essentially depression. It's all just gets worse. Nothing improves ever for them for like a really long time.
That reminds me, I gotta say, one good highlight of the movie was I was very confused at first. Right, I was very confused at first, because when you first get on the surface, they're like, why is it dangerous, right? Like, it's made out of a dude, right, effectively, if you take their lore literally, which it is, but it's made out of a guy. Why would it be dangerous, right? I'm thinking, maybe the war happened, and then it's like, oh no, the first thing you see is the ground is actually trying to kill you. I'm like, that's crazy. Why is the man's body trying to kill you? And then it's like, oh, the planet's fighting back against the betrayer, and you're on the betrayer's train. It's like Primus is doing his best with what little he has. Like,
just like
that,
Venusaur.
Looking back at it afterwards, like, that's a really nice touch, actually. Like, the ground trying to murder you is a little, because, like, it's a little annoying. I was watching it in film, I'm like, why the fuck is he doing that? Like, what? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But thinking back at it afterwards, I'm like, that's a nice little touch, actually. Because he didn't attack him afterwards, right? When you were just hanging out on the...
They could have just been immediately killed by the ground at literally any moment, but it stopped attacking as soon as the train was taken care of.
Yep. Which I thought was a very, very, very nice touch, like, looking back on it.
What did you think
like,
of
Primus
Sentinel
is the only thing he can. I thought the only criticism I have is considering how drastic he looked, Optimus becoming a Prime, and what he was back then. I'm kind of confused by the citizenry believe that he was a Prime so easily, because like it's kind of implied you need the Matrix leadership to be around to do a thing, but he's lost. But it was lost the entire time, and while I'm assuming other Primes, you can correct me, I don't know fuck all about it, but it was kind of implied that like the Matrix leadership was made, Primes came out afterwards, that's needed, but he doesn't have it. Why does everyone believe he's a Prime?
Because he's Donald Trump.
Because that was said in the beginning. Because he's Donald Trump. Yeah, pretty much. That wasn't like a thing that was nitpicky to me. I just thought that like overall I found it very like him lying was immediate. Also to the smarminess of his character, like you automatically knew like the moment you met him, oh, he's the bad guy, right? That's probably the only real negative I have about his character. Like you hear him talk for more than a minute, you're like, oh, you're the one you fight it later. Got it. Because like whenever that kind of person comes out, like you know you're not supposed to trust them.
I completely understand. Well, also look at the fact, and David, you might actually, sorry, not David, Video Noise, you might actually agree with this. He's very gaudy looking, and he looks like he belongs, kind of like a Gundam, but like, what if DC were to do Gundam? He looks like Booster Gold.
Booster Gundam.
Yeah, it was more so how he talked. I mean, but that's because it was like John Hamm, but then he talked like younger than John Hamm is.
Like an electric celebrity or something like that?
Yeah, like I was rewatching it today, and when he shoots... Who does he shoot? The other Prime? He shoots someone. I think
he stabs him.
He shoots one, stabs another. He kills a couple of them.
Stabs that Prime, and he's like, I just said no speeches. God, they're so annoying. All of them. It's just so, I don't know. It felt, I guess that's another one of those moments where it's like, oh, this is very much a kid's movie, but then like a really violent kid's movie. Like you couldn't decide what it wanted to be. It's a good adult movie, I think. Like I think it's perfect for someone like my age and stuff, but I don't know at what age I would show like a kid, just because of the blatant, like when Megatron rips him apart.
Oh my god, yeah.
I laughed, but you know what I mean. Like
when Will and I saw it in theaters, we both turned to each other and were like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, it was like late at night. I was like, I wasn't expecting that. Jesus, and it was done like all Godfather slow motion with like cuts of other things going on. Like, yeah, it was cool though. But yeah, he was designed kind of. Now that I've seen like multiple Sentinels, it's interesting.
Yeah, so like if you were to compare him to the one that's in Dark of the Moon has a very unique style to it. I mean,
feels like a Sentinel. This one doesn't.
Right. It almost makes it feel like that he's an actual Prime. This one, again, it's the idea of like a fake showman or as I mentioned before, like Donald Trump, he's a snake oil salesman.
This feels like generic robot soldier fighter you get from like Dollar Tree. That's like
an old robo
like
fighter.
Just generic mech. Yeah, robo fight action man.
Like GoBots.
Hey! You leave the GoBots out of this.
They had a GoBot joke.
He did.
They did. Just reminds me of Clerks 2, where Randall ends up calling Elias a GoBot.
Didn't GoBots have a spin-off that was actually like in the Transformers world at one point?
I'm trying to remember.
I'm pretty
GoBots
sure
Transformers link is quite interesting.
So they originally came from like the same sort of series in Japan, if I'm not mistaken, and then America tried to do the American thing where they ended up taking a bunch of footage and then condensing it. So I'm not entirely sure where all that ends up. But,
interesting. Great.
Yeah. Sorry, not much of a point there. So with that being said, for me, what my I guess my favorite parts were basically just a lot of the action. It's very fluid. It feels like they choreographed everything. I mean, obviously they storyboarded it, but like there's that scene right when Sentinel's lackeys are actually taking on the High Guard at their base. You can see Optimus jumping out, and he grabs somebody, transforms while holding them, and snaps them in half, and then he goes back to his robot form. It's just all the little things that you can see there, or especially in the fight at the end. It's just they know exactly what they were going for. It's just full fan service, and it's just really fucking cool to watch.
It's so weird because, see, he's, like, killing all these people, but then he's like, no, D16, you can't kill this one guy. That was the main bad guy. That's not the Autobot way. But then he's killing a bunch of people in that fight, isn't he?
Well, I think there's a difference
Bumblebee.
between murder and defending yourself.
But that would be the ultimate. That guy just came at them with a giant... Wasn't he shot like a missile at them?
He taunted all of them with death, tortured D16 with a blowtorch, and was like, "You're all gonna die slowly, publicly."
He also took away their
the T-Cogs,
their cores or whatever, their transformation. Yeah.
Yeah, he effectively enforced slavery, and Optimus
Yeah,
like, no, that's
if
not
anyone
cool.
deserved
You
to
can't.
die, it was him, not random soldier.
No, just doing his job.
Prime was just like, you die for freedom.
Airbot number 1.
This private that just enlisted like 2 minutes before, like gets split in half, but gives Sentinel peace. I don't know. That's a kind of weird thing. They should have showed him like it just knocking robots out or something,
or
But
disarming.
then you got Bumblebee slicing them in half too.
Ooh, yeah.
But they made that a joke.
Yeah, and it was supposed to be funny. That that's not Shia LaBeouf Bumblebee.
I mean...
Like, he wouldn't do that.
Well...
You wouldn't go around just slicing people in half.
Again, Shia LaBeouf Bumblebee, at least in like the later movies, they retcon a lot of shit. He ends up fighting Hitler and goes against all the Nazis. So, yeah.
Yeah, but again, Nazis is different than his fellow
True.
Cybertron.
That's like a human killing anything that isn't human.
Those
Yeah,
are
fair.
just
Actually, yeah.
security, people or whatever. But,
I'll give you that.
But yeah, it was animated really well. Like you were saying, it was choreographed really well. It reminded me so much of episode 2 of The Chase in Coruscant. all the scenes look so much like that.
So the
Oh,
Iacon
that's a good point.
5000, was it?
Yeah, like that, and just any fight scene in Cybertron, it looked like Coruscant.
Iacon looks a lot like a giant, overdeveloped megacity.
Yeah. I also like the train. The train was like, it reminded me of how that scene was filmed in Solo, where they robbed the train.
God, I've only seen that movie once, so I couldn't.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I think the idea of like a space train is cool. You don't really see that a lot.
That's true.
Yeah.
What I liked about the city was that it had a lot of Evangelion moments for me. Like whenever the city goes like underground and you can see it just hanging upside down. When they do that opening shot at the obviously the very beginning, and you can see how the city just kind of swirls around, but it's still hanging upside down. That was like one of the coolest fucking shots I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was good.
It was pretty cool. It did remind me of Ava a little bit. I mean, there was no amniotic fluid in the movie, but, you know...
There were no children.
You know.
We're missing out.
You're going to hate me for this. I'm going to say it anyways, though. So, lately, Seth MacFarlane did something he should not have done, which is he explained it insists upon itself.
Oh, I saw that.
And now the internet can't shut up about it.
Wait, what?
Like it's a new thing. Like I
hang
like
on,
it insists upon
you gotta explain the Family Guy.
What are you
scene.
talking about?
So there's a Family Guy scene where it's just them all going over random stories with each other as their home starts to flood.
Okay.
And then at the at last second, they're all like, "Hey, let's go ahead and let out some secrets that we all need to share." And then Peter goes, "I did not like Godfather." Why? That's a great movie. It insists upon itself, and that's all he says is that it insists upon itself.
What does that mean?
What
What does that mean? I'm stupid. I didn't go to college and finish. What the fuck does that mean? Is that a stupid I smell my own farts thing? I don't understand.
He had to explain it, and Hyperon, go ahead. You're the one who went in on that.
So, like, effectively, like, just like, I feel like the explanation was fine, but it's more along the lines of like, it was his film professor that was like, oh, like the movie like takes itself in a way in the meta commentary that's like it's way more important and serious than what it's actually being portrayed as, effectively.
Okay, but that's...
Or it's also kind of a joke, right? Because he doesn't actually mean it,
Yeah,
right?
Family Guy.
Not Seth. He's just like he's being silly, right? But also there are some films that like it feels like they're way too artsy for their own good, right? So that opening scene with the upside down building, because of all this meme shit they're going around and people saying it insists upon itself. I saw the upside down building and I went, it insists upon itself.
God damn it.
Icon City insists upon itself. You don't need an
That's
upside down
really
building. It insists upon itself. Even though I did like that scene because it was a good scene. The entire opening bit and him running out and yeah, it was great. I like but I just saw that part in isolation. I'm just like, yeah, fucking internet culture.
So, last thing I want to get into before we finish up here. What did you guys think of the race?
That is a fair description, I would say, yeah.
Listeners, in case you don't hear that, a certain somebody, I won't say their full name, Rumpleforeskin, they ended up just playing an audio piece that said, "Welcome to the cum zone."
Why would you explain and not just have the...
That's a good point.
You could have just
take
edited that
noise
noise in.
Yeah, I don't feel
You
like
didn't
doing
want
that.
them to hear it. You just told them. You just said it.
Well, Will
You just
commented on it.
denied the viewers the cum zone. How
Well,
dare you?
True, but this isn't going to be uploaded on Pornhub.
I don't know. We did a lot of talking about subs in
Speaking
this.
of... Yeah.
Listen,
That's
I'm
Twitch
just saying,
content.
I'm saying the CPM in Pornhub apparently is really good. I'm just saying you could, you know.
You live a completely different life than I do. I don't even know what the fuck you just said.
Anyway, the race. It felt like pod race. Now that's pod racing. That's my
Yeah,
That's my thought.
That's my favorite scene of the movie. I love that.
it is
I
a
love
really
the
good
race.
scene.
Because
I
it
like all
reminded
the
me of
people
pod
that have
racing.
Skates. That's
Yeah.
really cool. The Transformers that just like have skates.
Oh yeah, those are cool. And for me, it's always going to be the anything that looks like a jet. I don't know why. I really like the jet Transformers.
I mean, it's cool how they go from like robot to jet. Like that transformation is cool. All the little tanks, like the little cars, kind of bug me.
Why?
They just look generic.
Yeah,
What
it's
do you
like
think of Megatron being a tank.
I didn't really love it. I guess that's me being spoiled by like American consumerism, like patriotism, Ford, love this country, like Transformers movies, because like the cars look cool, like, and then these are just kind of like generic shapes, generic like cubes with wheels.
Legally distinct cars to not get sued.
Yeah.
They really should have done it instead of him turning into a tank. They should have had an after credit scene where he turns into a handgun and it zooms out and it's Dylan Klebold and Eric Harris walking into Columbine at the end. Kind of have that be, you know, the transition.
God,
How do you know
damn
their
it.
name?
I wikied it.
I
I wikied it. No, I wikied it.
That warranted research.
Okay. By the way, I love how you're like, oh, you live a different life than me, Columbine, man.
Fucking name drop.
God.
God.
But no, I didn't mind that he turned into a tank, but I agree with David. Like, the cars and stuff like were very basic. It was like, you know, when I see a Transformer, I expect it to be like something cool, like a Ferrari or a Lambo. But it's like, here's a nice 2017 Honda Accord that's going to be a Transformer. Like, it's. But I get it, because I mean, in that city, it's really not a spectacular thing, like to be a robot or anything.
It's just what they do.
But
like a human gets up out of a chair.
it's just what they do.
Turn into a vehicle of some kind.
And let me just say, Sean, you specifically like jets because you like when they jump and transform midair and fly off.
Honestly, yeah.
I know this because there was a time when we were children and you were playing some Transformers game or something you could transform in, obviously. And I don't know if you remember
Robotech
this.
Battle Cry.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what it was. And you spammed the fuck out of that animation and you're like, like for fucking 30 minutes. You just spammed it. It was very strange. I called my mom and had her come pick me up, so there is that.
That was one of those days.
See, this is like I get along with Rumple. You criticized me earlier about knowing that. I read that in an article once, and I remembered it for some reason. You and I both have weird, dumb memory that makes everyone around us go, why do you know that? Like, why do you remember him going, hey, jump, transform?
There is a
We
term
have
for
very
that.
specific memories.
Yeah. There was one
We had an
time
interesting childhood.
Sean was 12 years old and I slept over at his house. I'm just kidding. I'm not telling this story.
I know where you were going with that.
That is a different
But no, there was this one time where we were in a Walmart.
You know, I'm Caucasian. I regularly commit acts of violence and I cannot help it. I don't know what to tell you. And to be fair, it was a plastic lightsaber and, you know, there was no real threat there. There was no real danger. You had it coming too. Yeah, you ran your mouth in the toy aisle at Walmart. You know, you drank all of your mom's Arizona sweet iced tea from the fridge, and I was really thirsty all night because you didn't have any water in that house anywhere. So, you know, it was just a terrible situation.
This is the most Rain Man fucking villain arc story.
And that is why Velcro
And then I stabbed
is so
him, Peter.
terrible.
I stabbed him.
And now you know why I am the way that I am.
You guys are pretty much D16 and
Yeah,
Orion.
yeah. I would think
Together?
so. Which one of them's D16?
Oh,
Rumble.
it would be
Yeah, it's
Sean,
definitely
'cause it
Rumble.
would be the one that's like nice and everything, and at the end
Yeah.
snaps.
No, Rumble would be the 100%.
The only
definitely-
problem with that is D16 turns into Megatron and is like this badass villain. If Sean punched a wall, his hand would explode like glass.
You'd also feel bad afterwards.
Yeah,
Anyways,
you would feel bad afterwards. You're a real sweetheart.
Thank you. So, that's pretty much the end of this Part 2 review for Transformers 1. I want to go into the schedule real quick as to what we're going to be doing. So, obviously, we just are doing this Transformers 1 special, but the next one, Will is actually going
It
to
should
be
be
hosting
Transformers
the
One More
Beast Wars
Time.
special. Transformers 1, 2, 3.
Do we
But
think
no,
there's going to be
Will's
a
actually
Beast
going to be
Wars
hosting
one?
the Beast Wars special.
Beast
I'm
Wars
putting
what?
him in charge of that one.
Oh, like
how are you feeling
Beast
on
No,
Wars
that?
that's
one.
not popular enough. I was surprised it became live action at all.
Yeah, I was too. I love Beast
Barely.
Wars.
Yeah, could use some more, but they don't want to go back to that well unless
So
it's for
he's going to be
comics.
doing that. That's true.
Sean, I feel like you're
Then
talking
I actually
incredibly
wanted to ask
fast
you
out
this
of
one.
nowhere.
Obviously, we're going to be going into Metabots.
What is?
I have no idea what's happening, but it's all right. So we're going to be doing Metabots,
What
the American
fuck?
Dub
Am I-
season
am I-
2.
Did I hit like a
I
time
know that
zone?
we're doing
Like,
3
I can't
episodes
tell
at
if
a
I'm
time.
having a stroke or
So we're gonna
not.
get through it a little
Sean,
bit quicker.
Do you smell toast?
Sean's like, and we're gonna.
It might be the internet.
It's like fucking insane sounding.
Yeah, that might be the internet.
holy
It's definitely
shit.
the internet, don't worry
I
about
literally thought I was having a brain
So
aneurysm.
Will,
or something.
we're gonna get into the-
He took my, let me check my pulse.
God. When we get into the dub for season 2,
Oh, that's cool.
did you want to
Beast
do
Wars
3
episode.
episodes again, or did you want to go up to 4 at a time? What?
Sean? Sean?
Yes, I am here.
Sean?
I
I'm
had to
here.
mute my.
Fuck.
We were waiting. We were waiting.
I've been talking this entire time.
Wow.
You
Bro,
might have to
you cut
re-record
out.
your.
You cut out
That's the
and
internet
was
cutting
like
out.
silent for like the last 45 seconds. We just heard you speak really quickly and then like hit a wall verbally.
You might have to record that entire segment again. Oh God.
It won't have to worry. It won't have to be that way on my end because it recorded everything just fine for me. So Will,
Yeah,
did you
but we
want to do
can't
3
respond
episodes
to you
at a time or
because we
4?
can't hear you.
God damn it! Hang on a second. I'm gonna leave and then I'll come back. Fucking hell!
Oh
One
my! I
second.
don't want to
Tell
laugh.
that he wants to ask me a
This
question.
man is on dial-up.
But, man, falling from Mars is a hell of a thing.
Like the fucked up part is he's cutting himself off at the
Yeah.
perfect time, which he's trying to every time.
All right, how about now?
That is clear.
Yeah,
Let's try it from the beginning. You want to ask me a question?
All right, Metabots, 3 episodes at a time or 4 episodes at a time?
Ooh. Honestly, we could probably go 4. Well, it'd make
Okay,
it a little
we'll do
bit
4.
longer.
Just a
Yeah.
little. We'll
Do-
just have to go through it quickly.
Well, I mean, to be fair, some of the episodes have been getting kind of light too because they're all over the road.
Yeah, that was my primary concern on that. And then from there, we're also going to do the next 2 live-action Transformers movies once we get to the end of that season.
Right, that'll be the in between.
And then I'm thinking when we finish all those off, we can also do the Transformers the movie, the animated one.
Oh, we got the touch, we got the power.
Hell yeah.
Let's watch some people die.
So, with that being said, amid all those technical difficulties, you guys have a good time this evening?
I did.
That was fun.
You gave me a
Solid laugh at the end.
You give me a real wholesome laugh I haven't had in a long time. I'm like sitting here crying still. It was just so comedic to me. You would just stop. You're like, I'm going to tell you the agenda, and you just stop talking, and then it was like you just shit words out of your mouth. They shot out like at 100 miles an hour. It was insane.
Well, I hope you guys were still recording for that because I can't wait to hear your audio when you said
Yeah, we were. It's gonna
Oh.
sound real weird.
You know what? You know what, Rumple? You are right. He is Bumblebee. He took
He
it
is.
way too seriously.
Yeah, he is
He's
Bumblebee.
Audio speaking problems. You know?
I gotta stop. I'm gonna start. 9/11. All right, I'm good. I have to stop myself from laughing, or I'll. It's contagious.
Well, that makes anybody else laugh when you say it that way, though. So with that being said, everybody, I'm glad you all joined me for this evening. This is another edition of Big Mecha, but not huge. Have a good night. God damn it.
Now you have to edit that
That
in.
needs to be on
I
there.
have to
That's the
edit that in.
sign-off noise from now on. Wait, no. Before you do that, make sure you check to see copyright. I don't remember who owns that one.